Welcome to the pilot show of the series. Obviously, it's work in progress. We're fans of the sport. We're very passionate about the sport as well, and hopefully we can bring better programme on Sports Tonight Live. Cheltenham 2014. First of all, Champion Hurdle, and then we'll go on to the World Hurdle. We are talking about the.
There we go.
Lovely. It's nice to see your smiley face. Hi, Catherine. We are just about going to talk about Champion Hurdle, and we know how much you love Hurricane Fly. You know, we know how much, you said this could have been a flat horse. You know, Willie Mullins wanted to put this on the flat, but he's going to be quite old next year. That are going to sort of challenge him very strongly next year. Hurricane Fly is the highest rated of the horses, but talking about Hurricane Fly, let's have some disagreement here, because you don't fancy.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that a horse can have so many battles in its career. And Hurricane Fly has had his battles, notoriously against Pedlar's Cross. That day, that Champion Hurdle that Hurricane Fly beat Pedlar's Cross. Pedlar's Cross was almost broken by Hurricane Fly. Me and Catherine have spoken about this before. And, it's a battle. It's not just one person that's involved in that. Hurricane Fly was involved as well. And I feel that, he is older. He's a year older, 10-year-old. I feel that there are new horses coming through that are going to be bang there come March. And it's going to be one of the Irish horses.
I mean, I'm not going to go for. I'm no jump specialist. I prefer the flat. I like to sort of watch my horse in the sun, not the rain. But so I don't want to be back in Hurricane Fly on your view. So I want to know anti-post. Who should I be backing here? Should I have a bit on our corner?
Sandy, let's get you to answer that question.
Yeah, well, I would say that. You want to see him cash an island first. But there's other runners in the race. It's not just a two-runner field.
Yeah, absolutely. Get me down there. Billy, do you have an opinion? Because you're
I do. I don't actually share the view on My Tense or Yours. I actually quite like this horse. I think he's got more improvement to come. I take the points. He didn't look a natural last year. It was disappointing he got beat. But I don't think we've seen the best of him. I can understand why he's prominent in the market. I couldn't be without Connor as a 5-year-old.
I feel that Jeski's the improver. I feel Jess Cameron is going to carefully plot his Plathvin Island this year. He's going to come over. He was given, a lot of people would agree with me that he was given a poor ride last season in the Supreme. He was too far off the pace, and Champagne Fever got away from him.
I don't think anything would have beaten Champagne Fever though. I think he was just so gutsy and tenacious in winning. Because My Tenth Yours, he got past him at one point, and then Champagne Fever just went on again. He was just so brave.
Have you watched the replay of Jeski though? He is too far off. And
I do agree with that. Yeah.
He obviously back in Ireland, he went and reversed the form of Champagne Fever.
He's just an inconsistent horse though, Champagne Fever. I mean, he ran badly last year, almost too badly to be true in some races. But then he won Supreme.
Do you think that he's a specialist at Cheltenham and he's something to?
That is a very good point. He did exactly the same thing in the Champion Bumper that you remember.
I'm just going to go quickly around the panel. Sandy.
I'll go with Jeski at 12-1.
Any views from the panel?
Yeah, I think I'd have a bit of the new one. I thought he was quite impressive last season. I mean, I don't watch a lot of jumps. From what I saw, I'm pretty impressed. I think he's got to improve as a novice as well.
Okay, well, we've covered the Champion Hurdle. Unless you've got quickly.
I'd mentioned Grondaway each way, who fell last year.
Forget that. Catherine, let's take a look at the Ladbrokes World Hurdle. I think it's all dependent on big bucks, which Sandy loves talking about. We're going to make sure we spend the next 10 minutes talking about. But your view on the race, and let's first of all start with big bucks.
Yeah, if Big Bucks is back, and he's back to anything like he was, I mean, obviously he's going to be an 11-year-old. If he comes back, then he's the winner. I was impressed with at Fisher's Cross on good ground. At Aintree, didn't think he would jump out of good ground. He was a very battling winner.
Lovely. Well, you can see straight away it's Pete against Catherine. We'll tell you why. We'll tell you why after the break. Thank you very much, for Catherine, for your time on this precious Sunday afternoon. And Sandy, thanks very much for your input on the hurdle races, and obviously getting to know you. Thanks very much. We'll see you next Saturday at 10 o'clock here on Sports Tonight Live.